All right, welcome back to week 2 of Shattered Pumpkin. We are going to be actually wrapping this picture up today. Our focus is going to be on the coloring. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to finish up my background. We'll deal with the pumpkin in a minute, and I'll just kind of speed through the background. I will slow it down once I get to the grass, because I noticed in some examples people were sending me that there were some errors when it comes to the grass, and I want to get that clarified as we're going. So the first part, I'm just going to finish the background, then I'll do the grass, and then I'll explain how to do the pumpkin. The pumpkin's not super hard, but there's a little tweak to it that you need to be aware of. All right, so remember, with the background, I am using cold colors. This is in colored pencil, and I'm keeping a pencil, an eraser, and a ruler just handy just in case I need to touch something up. I don't plan to, but that doesn't mean I won't in the end. Cold colors in the background, so blues, greens, purples. We're focused with the sky being versions of blues and versions of purples, and the grass will be then versions of different greens. All right, so I'm going to be making a blue-green. Background is now done. Now we're on to the grass. The grass is not particularly hard, but you have to follow the same rules. I just happen to have big areas, but you're not going to be limited to just the yellow green that's standard with a set and regular green. You can actually create a blue green, or actually in this case it's actually green blue because there's going to be more green in it. So let me give you an example here in this spot right here. So just like before, you go in and fill the space in. Okay, so, and again, just like before, you use a color that would work well. Like blue and purple are not going to mesh well, but blue and green clearly will. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and lightly do the blue. We just want to have a hint of blue to this. We want it to be mostly green. So unlike here where it's mostly blue and hint of green, it's going to be the reverse. It's going to be mostly green, hint of blue. If you've ever seen actual Kentucky bluegrass, this is kind of the color that a Kentucky bluegrass will be. And you still have to do the light, medium, and dark. Now we are onto the pumpkin. Like I said, the pumpkin's pretty easy. So we're done with the cold colors. and we're gonna focus on warm colors. So in our usual sets, there's 3 main warm colors. There's red, orange, and yellow. Those are your 3 main warm colors. You already know them. The other one that's in here is a red-orange because it falls in that range. You're more than welcome to use any other warm colors that you have. I'm gonna be doing the same thing I did before where I'm mixing some of them, so I might make a yellow-orange, or I might make my own red-orange. You can't really do a yellow-green, and the reason being is the green tends to push it way too past into the cold area, and you can't really do a red-purple because, again, usually that pushes it into the cold area as well. So we're stuck with this range of colors most of the time. Where the difference is between the background and the letters here is how you're gonna break it up. It's not gonna be one big shape here. Like this one has been actually divided into 3 sections. So it's gonna take you some time to do these. And again, the same rule applies, is you're going to want to go from light to dark. Now, when I saw some examples that you guys were showing me and turning in earlier, one thing I would suggest is, if you've watched what I've been doing, is go in and just lightly color the whole space in first. Just give the whole thing that you're working in a light layer in it. And you notice I'm still outlining a bit with my colored pencils to make sure those edges look really nice. Okay? But in the main body, it should be all the same direction, which, you know, as you're being in 4th grade, should be getting pretty good at. So there's my first light layer. Then I'm going to choose my direction. So I'm going to have it come down. This is where I come in and put my second layer in. And then I can add the third, and it's usually pretty darn dark and solid. I push pretty hard on the pencil when I do my third and final layer here. As you go, you can clearly see me doing a little bit of erasing for the extra sketch lines that need to disappear. Make sure you're doing the same, as we really don't want pencil lines to show up. Okay, so I'm going to continue to work on this. The stem is actually going to be neutral colors. Remember, neutral colors are browns, blacks, whites, and grays. So if you happen to have a gray, that's great. If you don't have a gray, you can make it pretty easy by using black and white. Again, you'd use it really lightly, and I'll show you that once I get the pumpkin done. So again, I'm going to color this. I'll fast forward through it a little bit for you so you can see it in high speed. That way you're not having to watch me do it in slow speed. All right, and we'll see you back in a couple minutes. Okay, last is the neutral colors. Again, those are black, brown, white, and gray. If you want a gray, I'll show you that's super easy. Very, very lightly do the black, then lightly give it a white, and you'll get a gray. Now mine's a little bit darker than I intended here, but what I'll do is then I'll just use that to my advantage here. and make darker grays until it gets to black. Still mixing the colors. There you go, so we have 3 levels of gray. Obviously, you can't really do 3 levels with white. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And there you have it. Once you have it finished, there's one more step you could do if you really want. You could outline it in Sharpie, but I'm personally looking at mine and I don't think it needs the Sharpie. The Sharpie is only if maybe your edges aren't the greatest. But you would not want to do the crisscrossing. You would only outline the pumpkin and the grass. But I don't feel it's necessary on mine to do that because I think the edges look pretty good. All right, once you're finished, I need you to take a picture of it just like you have in previous weeks, upload it to Google Classroom, and then there I can grade it for you. And I'll see you next week.